Hello, everybody. Hello. 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 I am wearing a pirate hat. It's a little high on my head. But, you know, I'm wearing it. I'm still wearing it. It is there. It is present. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome one. Welcome all to the Monday stream. The Monday Improv Story stream. Improv Story Monday. That's the title I gave it. I forgot for a second. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm very small. There we go. I'm a little closer to the camera. As always, I hope all your days so far and just even today has been good and will continue to be great. And if not, then, you know, hopefully the stream will turn it around. I got coffee earlier. It was a little while ago, so I don't think it's in my system as much. I do feel a little energized, but I think the caffeine is worn off. Maybe I should have waited, but we're not like, don't have to be like super high energy for these kinds of streams. It's like, it's more chill. But I'm still excited to be. So I always love these story streams. One of my favorite things to do in the week. I was just about to say something. Right. Little thoughts. Expedition 33. It is... I'm gonna start working on the script today. You can expect to see it by Friday. I think I'll have it done and edited by then. So if anyone is looking forward to that, you know, that's where you can go see it. And now we got more. There we go. Nicer music. Actually, we can probably stop the music now, because I think we've wasted enough time as it is. I've been rambling, as I tend to at the beginning of these streams, but I've been rambling more right now. I think it's about time we get into the actual meat of the matter. The story. Don't... I ran away from the camera there for a second, sorry. Space, you know, it flings you around all the time. But I think we're ready for the story. I'm excited about this one. This is another one that I kind of came up with. It was based off of a stick I found on the ground. Me and my mother, we found it on the ground. Me and my mother, we found a stick on the ground and we picked it up. Actually, we didn't pick it up. It was a little stick and it kind of looked like a chicken foot. If it were a stick, like a chicken got turned into a tree, but still maintained its chicken shape, then it would be like a little chicken foot. Or like a peg leg, which is what inspired this story. Anyway, let's get right into it. So, this story takes place at my house at the start. But not my regular house, no. You see, I was on vacation. This was my beach house. And I was hanging out at this beach house and you know what? This is a pretty nice beach house right here. I like it. I like it a lot. And I was just hanging out there and trying to, like, you know, take a break from, like, constantly helping people with this or that. It's a big hassle all the time. Quite frustrating, but it's nice to get away from it all. And I was sitting here, kind of just thinking to myself, just, man, what a nice life I live. And also feeling just a little bit bored, honestly. I kind of miss the, like, helping people. I mean, I do appreciate a little solitary time to myself from every now and then, but, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of adventure. And I just kind of sighed and, yeah, I guess I need it. I need an adventure. And so I stood up. I was like, okay. Alright, universe, whatever you want to play. I know you're holding it off in the background. I know you're waiting. You're waiting for me to say, hey, I want an adventure, to cave in. And I have. So bring it on. Whenever you're ready. Anytime now. And nothing happened. It's just the crashing of the waves by the ocean. Like, it was peaceful. The little gulls singing by. There was a sand cricket. Those are very uncommon, but it was there. It was a sand cricket. Just kind of hanging out. And I decided, you know what? Fine. Fine, universe. You don't want to give me a thing, I'll just go to bed. And so I went back in and decided to take a nap. And I rested for a little while before suddenly I heard on my front door. I don't know what it is. Oi! Open up in there! He's kind of... What? Open the door! Die! I'm coming! I'm coming! And I opened the door. There stood a little chipmunk with one, kind of like a thing on top of his head, kind of like a bandana. And he looked up at me with like held up a little toothpick. He's like, "You said you wanted an adventure?" Uh, yes. How do you know where I live? And why are you holding a toothpick and have a bandana on? That doesn't matter right now. You want an adventure? Well, we need your help. You've seen you all over the place and the other towns before. We have eyes everywhere. Yeah. You do? Well, not really everywhere, but some places, yeah. And we were hoping to help you arrive here. We saw you arrive here. And we thought, this guy can help us. But then you want a vacation. And so we didn't bother to ask. But when you wanted an adventure, we took the opportunity. Who's we exactly? We, as in myself, my captain, and the rest of the crew. Come again? You'll be on the way. Come on. And he kind of nudged me with the little toothpick. Come on. Move it, pig. I'm moving, jeez. And I started walking with him down the beach and around the corner. And there I saw it. A pirate ship. Upon that pirate ship were a variety of animals. All different shapes and sizes. The sand cricket was there, and I realized he was a scout. That's why he was in the sand. Sand crickets are rare because they aren't actually exist. This is a regular cricket hiding in the sand. And the little chipmunk climbed up onto my shoulder and just yelled, "Hey! The guy's here!" And the crew turned to me, and there was like a deep voice emerging from within the ship. "Bring him on board!" And I walked up kind of nervously, just, "Hello, hi, nice to meet you. I'm here to help," or something. And I walked up, and in front of me, I saw it. A rooster. Probably one of the biggest roosters I've ever seen. Actually, no, not that big. He was about average size. He just had one of the most unique roosters I've ever seen. Because he had it on an eye patch and a peg leg. The peg leg wasn't very good. It kind of just made him wobble a little bit as he walked. And he turned to me, and he said, "Your name's War Veteran Pig?" Yes, that's right, sir." "Good. You'll do fine on this here ship." Sir, are you perhaps pirates?" "Yes, we are. Why?" I mean, aren't pirates known for, like, being kind of evil and plundering and doing a bunch of stuff? Like, mean stuff? "Aye, most pirates are, but we are different. We are animal pirates. We only steal seeds. We do not steal gold. We have no care for the balloons. We only want the peanuts and the sunflower seeds and occasional berries." "Oh, well, that doesn't sound that bad." "It does not. Though we have a problem." "We do?" "Yes. You see, we have a rival pirate crew. One who tries to think they're better than us." Yeah. "They are a crew of ducks." "Ducks? There's a crew of duck pirates?" "Yes, there is. And you know what? They think they're better than us because they can actually swim. And they're made to be in water. But you know what the saying goes? Chickens are never... You'll never see a chicken be a pirate." Is that a saying? Do people say that? "Aye, they say it all the time. I thought chickens were known for not being able to fly, not being pirates. That too, the pirate one is a little less common, but still gets around. I've never heard it in my life. Anyway, the issue here is that they have stolen all of our seeds and plundered our ship recently. And so all of our seeds... sir, you just said the same thing twice in a row. You did? Yes, sir, you did. Oh. Sorry, I tried to write this script down earlier, just get the big speech out. The whole exposition. See, this is why I write the script. I say expedition instead of exposition. Oh, I get it. It's hard. It's a lot of words. You gotta... It's a lot, you know? You just gotta... You see, I'm even messing up now. Precisely. See, it's just... This is why you're perfect. We understand each other. We both fumble over words. Yes, okay. I understand. Okay, so you want my help to get back these seeds. Do we just go and fight the other guys? Is that the plan? That would be the plan, but there's a bit of a problem. They are much more strong. They are far stronger than we are. We have no means of being able to defeat them. It's only a matter of time before they come back again as well. We have to act quickly, though. We don't have enough time for repairs to upgrade the ship. We need a sea beast on our side. What kind of sea beast are we talking about? Any sea beast you can think of. The most powerful there is. Cthulhu? No, I guess that would be the most powerful, but that's probably gonna, like, kill everybody. Yeah, it's a good point, you know. You got a point there. How about a Kraken? Yeah, his day off. The Kraken has days off? Yeah, it's have that, you know, storing ships is really tiring sometimes. He needs to take a break every now and then. You know, and that makes sense. I understand that. Sea serpent. Only in Atlantis. Where's Atlantis? Got a decent ways away. We won't get there in time. Yes, that's a fair point. Alright, is there any other sea creatures we can, I don't know, deal with, we can have on our side? Well, there is one, but it's very hard to reach. It's very deadly and dangerous. It's extremely powerful. Does sound like the perfect ally. Yes, but the problem is, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to bribe as well. Well, that seems like our only shot. What do we need? We need the greatest seaweed that ever lived. Seaweed lives? Yes! We need sentient seaweed. I'm sorry, I've never heard of this. It only grows in one grove, one area in the ocean. It's quite nearby, but it may be hard to get. The greatest seaweed that ever was, is sentient. How to get sentient? Radioactive juices. Is through radioactive juices into the water. Yeah, a while back. That's not, like, good. No, it's not. But we got great seaweed out of it. I guess that's a good point. So that's the place. That's where we gotta go. Yes. Alright, I mean, I want an adventure. This is my adventure. Let's do this. And so we set off. I started talking with the chipmunk and some of the other crew. They were all animals that generally aren't known for swimming. Like a raven. Or a horse. A cow was on there. He kind of weighed down the ship a bit, but he was on there. There were several squirrels, several more birds. There wasn't a single animal. This was the outcast ship. No one here was made for swimming. But that's why they were on the ocean in the first place, to prove everyone wrong. And so, we all set off, a crew of misfits. And eventually we arrived at a big, open... I could see the seaweed at the bottom of the ocean. It was so clear, but so deep. And I looked down there, I just, okay, how are we planning on getting this? And the chipmunk looked at me and said, you! I'm going down to get the seaweed. Yeah, we tie a rope around you, and then you lower down, and then we pull you back up. How is that gonna work exactly? Well, you see, we tie the rope around you, and you'll fall pretty quickly, you know, because what? Never mind, was just gonna tie it around you, and you're gonna go down, and you're gonna pick some seaweed, and, well, come back up, and you can do stuff. You can take it to the animal. What are you saying? I'm sorry, okay? I'm trying to think. You're like, how many men we need to lift you back up with? Okay. Okay. I guess that's a fair point. You may need many men. Tie a rope around me. Let's do this. It's how they did. They tied a giant rope around me, and I jumped into the water, and I did sink fast. And I sank all the way down to the bottom. And there I saw it. The seaweed. Oh, hello there. How's it going? Hey, there's a guy down here. It's like a pig guy. And it really sinks fast. What'd you say? I think he said he needed the seaweed. You need us? What do you need us for? We're trying to catch the sea beast. Listen, pal, you really should stop talking. It's just, waste your air. You said something about a seed beast. Oh, I think I know what sea beast he's talking about. Okay, tell you what, we are willing to go with you. Just, just make sure we actually stay in water. We can't breathe otherwise. Thank you very much. And I reached down and I grabbed a big wad of the seaweed and ripped it up. Ah! Like I screamed in agony for a second. God, that hurt. Okay, let's go. And I tugged on the rope a little bit as a signal to have me get pulled back up. And I was slowly lifted out of the water. Though, after a certain point, it became much more fast, more frantic. And I was flung out of the water and onto the ship. And the captain stood atop the front and was at the wheels like, move, lads, move! And I saw it. A ship with a skull and crossbones approaching us. A far bigger ship. But this skull and crossbones on its flag, it was no regular skull and crossbones. It had a duck skull and crossbones. And I gasped audibly, seeing all the mallards and all the different types of ducks on there. They even had a goose. And it was terrifying. And we hit the gas on the ship. If we had gas, we just kind of lowered the sails and went away as fast as we could. And they shot cannons at us, and we took hits to the side. Crew members flying this way and that way. And I was terrified. So I quickly ran down and manned the cannons, and I shot back. And eventually, when our two cannonballs collided midair, causing a massive explosion in the middle that shoved both of our ships apart. And we were off. Back on our own way to a different place. Hopefully in the direction of the sea monster. And I kind of stumbled up out from underneath the deck. And the captain looked at me just, how did you do that? I shot the cannon. That was amazing. You're the greatest marksman with cannons that I have ever laid eyes upon. Thank you, sir. You want to come first mate? Excuse me? First mate of the ship. You deserve to have it. There's an honorable position. You're fumbling over your words again. Yes, I'm trying to say that we need you. It would be great to have you here. I mean, I've been with you guys so far, so why not? Great! Then we shall celebrate once this is all over. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And so we sailed off towards the direction of the sea beast. And there we arrived. A massive cavernous hole in the water. A deep hole. And I grabbed my sentient seaweed and I threw it. It's okay. It should lure it out, I think. And I landed in the hole and it sank down ever so slightly. And then I saw it. A manatee the size of a 5-story building, maybe even bigger, emerge from the depths of the water. It looked at us, and we all kind of just stood there in shock. Just, it's the sea beast, the great sea manatee. And I approached it slowly, and it spoke directly into my brain. War veteran pig, why have you woken me up from my slumber? How do you know my name exactly? I know all, including your name. Right, that's part of all, I suppose. We have woken you up because we need your help to deal with a bunch of rude ducks who keep on beating up these guys. All our friends here, they want to be on pirates, but they can't because all these ducks keep attacking them. We need your help to get rid of the ducks, or at least destroy their ship. You wish to take revenge on the ducks? Yes, yes we do. Revenge only leads to darkness. There is no good path to revenge. Oh. Well, I gotta admit, those docs, they're pretty jerks to me too. I wouldn't mind giving a little smack. But what you just said that revenge only leads to darkness. Yeah, this time I think it'll make an acceptance. No one likes those docs. Okay, yeah, that's how it's gonna happen. And so with that, the manatee was on our side. Everyone cheered. And we set off to fight the ducks. And we saw their ship in the distance. And we approached them. And we held a kind of like a megaphone thing. It was an amplifier voices. Hey! Ducks! You aren't gonna win this time. And they yelled back. Quack! Do they actually speak anything other than a duck? No, they kind of just quack all the time. But they're pretty mean. Well, whatever you said. Anyone here know duck? I know a little bit. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have a translator. Quack! Alright, you ducks are going down. Quack! He said, that he either wants an omelet or he's gonna beat us up. I think it's probably the latter. I don't know, they seem like omelet guys. I mean, they might like an omelet, I don't know. Do you guys want an omelet? He said maybe. God. Well, we're all gonna beat you up. What'd he say? Something very offensive. Yeah, it does make sense. Alright, charge head first. Or ship first, whatever one it is. Ship first. Ship first! And we charge forward. They charge forward. It seemed like they're about to ram when suddenly the manatee emerged from the water, smacking into the duck ship. Ducks went flying. They flew away. But the ship was immediately destroyed. And we still kind of rammed into it. We rammed into the last remaining bits of the ship. And we all went, ha! Your ship is destroyed. Don't you dare say that about my mother. I assume he said something about my mother. That was the father. Ah! Dang it, so close. And all the ducks then suddenly started dive bombing our ship, crashing into it, destroying the hull. And I turned to the captain and I said, Captain, what do we do? This is the ship. This is our ship. I'm the first mate here. What do we do? And he turned to me and he said, Laddie, there is nothing we can do now. The ducks are destroying our ship because we destroyed theirs. We are lost. It is a tie. This is the darkness the manatee warned us about. But there must be something we could do. We had that whole celebration planned. Perhaps it is time to move on from this ship. Find a new one. So we're actively sinking. Okay, yeah, we probably should just get off the ship and do repairs. But none of us can swim. None of us are made for swimming. That doesn't matter. We all got on this ship because we aren't made for swimming, aren't known for swimming. We can do it. We have the ability to swim. I believe in us. And I turned to the rest of the crew and they all kind of nodded. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah. And all us chickens, all us birds, animals, lizards alike. Even little chipmunk over here. Yeah. All of us. We can swim. But now it is come time for us to prove everyone wrong. Everyone, leap off the side of the boat. And we leapt and flew through the air, soared until we landed in the water and we sank. And of course we couldn't swim. None of us had really like webbed feet or anything. It was terrible. None of us really took swimming lessons as kids. We began to sink. Light started to fade. But then suddenly, the manatee emerged, lifted us out of the water. And we all cheered and kind of spat out a bunch of water as well. Yeah, manatee! I wish to help my new friends who have gotten revenge on the ducks. And all the ducks kind of just stood there and shook their fists at us. And they flew away, and we laughed at them as they left. And the manatee brought us back to the shore. And from there, we got a new ship. Wasn't the same one as before, but it was still a pretty nice ship. It even had a built-in, manatee part. It was a massive ship, in fact. You could, have a manatee go underneath it. It had an opening for that spot. Like a manatee entering place. It was so nice. And the ship was there now. And we had emerged victorious. I decided, you know what, I gotta go back home. I can't stay here. I got a crochet vase place to run. And I gotta eat all those cookies and stuff. And that new shop that opened recently. And Captain understood. He understood completely. And he just kind of shook my hoof with his little pig leg. Actually, it was his wing. It was his wing. He shook my hoof. And we said goodbye. And I waved to the crew and watched as they left. On their new ship. The new ship that they deemed the Duck Destroyer. That was the name of the ship. And it is a name that will stick with me for as long as I live. And maybe one day, I'll see them again. And we can sail on the Duck Destroyer together. And that is the end of the story. I like that one. I thought that one was fun. That was a fun story to do. I didn't like... Yeah, I don't know. Like, the whole thing about what's so fun about this is that you make it up as you go along. So it's just fun to, like, come up with a random idea. Like, the whole sentient seaweed thing, that was a mistake. I was like, I didn't originally intend on having sentient seaweed, or like, that was supposed to be just seaweed. And then I already forgot what I said, but I messed up my words. Like, you know what, I'll go with it. And here we are. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. If you want, you can submit your own story ideas. I just put them in the chat. You can submit it. It's yours. It's there. If you want, like, a prompt, that's what I'm trying to say. If you want to give me a prompt of whatever story idea you have in mind, you can do that here. It's a little form, just like a few questions. You can remain anonymous if you want. But yeah, if you ever want to submit your own, there it is. So again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back next week. Not next week, actually. This coming Friday with Katana Zero, as requested by one of my good friends. And I'm looking forward to that and hope to see you all there. Or next Monday if you don't want to see a gaming stream. And just want to hang out for the improv stories. So, as always, I'm headed back out to space. If you're in space, I'll see you there. And if not, then I won't. And maybe you'll get a Duck Destroyer of your own. Bye-bye!